Sun kira ruwa yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu. Ruwa 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 na ta dukansu. Sun kira ruwa yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu. Ruwa 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 na ta dukansu.
It is with gratitude to Almighty Allah that I address you on this occasion of the one-year anniversary of my administration as the governor of Zamfara State. This moment provides us the opportunity to reflect on the state of affairs in our dear state, especially how we have fared in the 28 years since the state was created, and the modest efforts of our administration over the past 12 months in changing the trajectory of leadership and address the institutional as well as structural problems that have hampered the realization of appreciable level of development in Zamfara State. Those who struggle for the creation of the state that culminated in October 1996 envisioned a state that will not only rise above its peers, given it its immense potential, but also a state that will always stand in the high or in the league of states in the Federation as a shining example of progress in all facets of human life. To the charging of all, we have not only failed to realize the dreams of our founding fathers, but have become one of those at the bottom of all indices of development in the Committee of States in Nigeria. The grim realities are horrific. Industries that existed in the 70s, 80s, and 90s have all disappeared. The public service, with its rich tradition of excellence, has been bastardized. Institutions have been debased, and over a decade of long banditry has destroyed the rural economy, as well as destroyed our rural communities and fractured historical ties among communities. This is the grim situation we face upon my assumption of office on the 29th of May, which is exactly 1 year ago. You can see how time flies. It was obvious that unless we took decisive steps to address the situation, Zamfara State was heading towards perdition. Consequently, we took the steps needed to combat the challenges of insecurity, fix the public service, rebuild our public institutions, and restore the hope of the people in democratic governance. Over the past 12 months, my administration has made significant strides. We have mobilized all effort and resources to combat banditry and related crimes, overhaul the critical sector of education, healthcare, and agriculture, embark upon urban renewal project, restructuring the public service, improving the state revenue base, and instilling a new culture of governance and management of public office. As a strategic scheme to immediately address the dire situation and accelerated development needs of our states, we have outlined 6 priority areas that are receiving focus and attention. This includes number 1 priority, which is security. And the second most important education, followed by health, agriculture, where we have both comparative as well as competitive advantage, economic growth, and general infrastructure. Let's start with number one, which is security. For over a decade, Zamfara State has been in the national and global spotlight for the monumental problem of banditry and as well as other associated crimes. Apart from wreaking serious havoc on the rural economy, which account for over 70% of the state's gross domestic product, thousands of people have been killed, injured, or displaced as a result of incidents connected to banditry in various parts of the state. Considering the various security measures taken in the past, which seem to have yielded little or no result, my administration prioritized security as it is number one concern. We came up with the concept of community protection guard called Askara Zamfara. From the inception of this administration, we engaged stakeholders as well as experts and various security agencies working in the state to develop a workable blueprint for curtailing the security challenges in Zamfara State. We identified issues such as inadequate manpower, mining our security, and well-being. As a result, the idea of establishing community protection guard called CPG became very, very handy. And this outfit was designed to complement the effort of conventional security agencies in combating criminal activities in our dear state. The CPG, popularly known as Askara Zamfara, is therefore a community-driven outfit established by law. This is a mark of commitment of our administration to addressing the interactable security challenges that have defied comprehensive solution for a very, very long time. This initiative underscores the government's determination to tackle these challenges and highlight the robust commitment of our communities to collaborate with government in the pursuit of peace across vast stretches of our dear state Zamfara. A total number of 2,645 young people carefully selected from across the 14 local government areas were recruited to serve as CPG personnel. The Protection Guard was officially commissioned to fight banditry and other related crimes. They were provided with modern working equipment, weaponry, as well as operational vehicles. In line with this, we also established the Security Trust Fund, which is headed by our former IG, Mr. MD Abubakar. The establishment of the Security Trust Fund Board of the Trustees is one of the novelties put forth by this administration to review and reinforce the key components of our security architecture. This initiative aims to engage philanthropists, institutions, and other individuals or organizations willing to support our fight against banditry. The second most critical sector, which is education, without which there will be no meaningful development. And you will agree with me that Zamfara is at the bottom. When you look at the indices across the country in the education sector. Education is one of the key priority areas of our administration, which we cannot deny that illiteracy plays a role in sinking our communities into various dangers of insecurity. Education is an enabler and facilitator for social mobility. We are certain that weak or lack of it is a contributor to the social unrest that have faced or that face the society. The first step we took in addressing the challenges was to bring all parastatals in the education sector under one umbrella. Consequently, 3 ministries were collapsed and renamed Ministry of Education, Science and Technology. Several boards and agencies under education were also merged in order to ensure proper coordination as well as effective service delivery. We went ahead and declared a state of emergency on education in order to address all issues surrounding the sector in the state for deliberation and to recommend a way forward. It is on record that 3 years, students in Zamfara were unable to sit for the West African Examination Council called WAEC, as well as National Examination Council called NACO, due to the inability of the past administration to settle the examination fees. My administration intervened and held series of meetings with both the management of WAEC and NACO, allowing secondary school students to take the 2023 NACO examinations in the state. Last year, unfortunately, by the time we came on board, WAEC had already taken place. The only one that we're able to discuss was to negotiate with NACO in order to allow our students to sit for the NACO exams, and we are still paying that obligation. And I'm sure most of our students must have collected their certificate, some since 2012 to date. Considering the poor teaching and learning environment in our schools, this administration awarded contract for the renovation as well as furnishing of classroom in 239 schools across the 14 local government areas of the state. In the area of promoting adolescent girls' education, this initiative is a World Bank project supervised by the Federal Ministry of Education, aimed at improving and promoting secondary education for the adolescent girls aged between 10 and 20 years. The project involved states with high rate of out-of-school girls. The state government has since released the 150 million naira as the state counterpart fund and provided office accommodation and funds for furnishing the office. The State Steering Committee was inaugurated and the State Implementation Committee conducted a need assessment in 123 selected schools in phase 1. Additionally, 40 Islamia schools were assessed. Many out-of-school girls will be reached and enrolled, and stipends will be given through conditional cash transfer in order to retain them in our schools. As part of the efforts to improve tertiary education in the state, the government constituted visitation panels for the state-owned tertiary institutions to identify their challenges and proffer solutions. The panels have submitted reports, and the government has appointed a white paper committee to advise on implementing their recommendations. We have undertaken renovation of Zamfara College of Art and Science, popularly known as ZACAS, as well as Government Science Secondary School, Gusau. They are under intensive renovation, and very soon we will show the world what we have done in this school and other related schools across all the 40 local government areas. In our effort to integrate both Western and Islamic education, our administration has embraced this Angaya school system. This Angaya school in Gumi and Aurandamoda have already been completed and inaugurated. The school in Gusau has also been completed and will be inaugurated, inshallah. The third one, which is the health sector. I was in Talata Mafara, and I saw the horrible condition the hospital is in. And honestly, for every right-thinking person, you will not agree to be admitted in that hospital. You need to see the condition of the labor room. You need to see the condition of the theaters. You need to see the condition of the sterilization room. You need to see the condition of the wards. You need to see the maternity ward. You need to see the condition of children. It's unfortunate. And yet, we have government in place. We have people that are rich. And the hospital is in that bad condition. Talata Mafara is the second largest local government in Zamfara state. So you can imagine if a local government is having that kind of hospital, then what do we say in our primary healthcare centers as well as other rural communities? It was an eyesore. When I sat with him, he said, look, Dauda, Zamfara is a no-go area for me. I've given up. He shed tears, a white person, shedding tears because of the condition he saw in Zamfara state. His Royal Highness the Emir of Bungudu, has done wonderfully well by engaging all the foreign governments, especially United States of America, to appeal to them to come to our aid. As a result, we were able to secure a lot of donations from the American group. Your Royal Highness, we thank you, we appreciate you, and we encourage you to do more. The same thing, when we took over, Zamfara State has been a reference point on polio. We have had series of meetings with all the international donors, international organizations. In fact, there is a virus called Z1, which is Zamfara 1 virus. You can imagine the negative impression the world has on Zamfara. But let me say this. Alhamdulillah, within the last 10 months, there has not been one case of polio reported in Zamfara State. Let me also thank all our traditional rulers for the role they play in assisting those experts in all our communities across the 14 local governments to eradicate the polio virus. If this trend continues within the shortest possible time, the issue of Z1 will be history, inshallah. We have also embarked upon the total renovation and equipping of general hospitals across the state in all the 14 local governments. Additionally, primary healthcare, Nasaram Burkulu, has been upgraded to a general hospital. I'm sure you have seen 2 days ago when we visited Nasarawa, the befitting structures in place, as well as equipment that are there for now to take care of the health challenges. And we're working on doing more, inshallah. This in addition to the complete renovation of the College of Health Sciences and Technology, SAFE, as well as the overhauling of key structures at the College of Nursing Sciences in Gusau Town. We are doing so much. I was in Maradin 2 days ago, or was it yesterday, to also look at the upgraded hospital. We have nurses, qualified nurses that graduated, but there is no employment. We are therefore working to make sure we all bring them on board. Let me say this. When I went around the hospitals in Gusau, where I was born, it was an eyesore. The general hospital that we are so proud of, which is Yerima Mbakura, is in a terrible condition. The environment is not conducive, as well as the equipment are obsolete. In fact, the only scanning machine they have, they sellotape it. And this is the capital of Zamfara State. No matter how high you are or how rich your pocket is, Allah can decide to test you for something terrible to happen to you in Zamfara. And that is your first point of call. What do you do? We're not praying, but what do you do under these circumstances? Therefore, we remain committed. Very soon, in a matter of weeks, we are going to overhaul Yarima Mbakura Hospital, where every equipment will be taken out. We build new diagnostic centers and so many other things to bring it to standard. Inshallah, in the next 8 months, you will go and see what the Yarima Mbakura Hospital will look like. We are making arrangements to do the groundbreaking ceremony and its overhaul of the total system. Everything that is there will be out. New machines that you have to travel to either Kaduna, Zaria, Sokoto, Katsina, or Kano to get treated. You'll be treated in Gusau, inshallah. Let's go to agriculture. Agriculture, we all know what is the motto of Zamfara. Farming is our pride. So, are we proud now? Are you okay with the current situation in agriculture? Exactly. 70% of our population are rural farmers. The land, very fertile, nice landscape. But what happened? The yield is so minimal. The implement or the instrument used in farming is still the traditional way of doing things. And we want to compete with the rest of the world. How is that possible? That is why agriculture is also one of our key priorities. And for that, my administration will continue to prioritize agriculture as the main driver of the state gross domestic product called GDP. We will make efforts to partner with private sector in order to improve animal as well as crop production in both rainy and the dry season. Remember, some few months ago, we went around all the 14 local governments to give free implements, such as power tillers, fertilizer, insecticides, seedlings, free of charge to our people. The rainy season is around the corner, and we're making conscious efforts to make sure we do justice to our farmers. We will make efforts as I said, to partner with private sector in order to improve agricultural production. This is the only way we can resuscitate the agricultural value chain and make it a rewarding all year round business. This is why we have made adequate provision in the 2024 budget to support our farmers and their needs, such as fertilizer, as well as other agricultural inputs. Within our 1 year in office, as part of our efforts to improve agriculture, we have recognized the crucial role of the College of Animal Science, Bakura, as a training ground for essential manpower in the field of agriculture. We were there, I think, day before yesterday, to look at the structures we put in place so as to be ready to train our people and to improve productivity in agriculture. Under the FADEMA 3 program, our administration supported 31,298 farmers with agricultural input and services against the target of program, which is 14,205 farmers. It is therefore evident that the progress recorded has exceeded the target of the program by about 120%. Infrastructure. Infrastructure, especially roads, schools, hospitals, and office accommodations in the state capital and other local government headquarters were in a state of disrepair due to neglect by the previous administration. I don't know how many of you watch channels and TVC today in the morning when we went round the JB Secretariat that consists of 3 blocks, and so far, 1 block has been fully renovated, where our civil servants will be very, very comfortable in their offices in order to allow them to think for the benefit of people of Zamfara State, so that the right policies will be in place for easy governance as well as other processes. In our drive to fulfill our campaign promises, the administration has implemented a number of policy measures aimed at restoring the lost image of the state. Prominent among the policies implemented are the urban renewal, the approval and award of contract for the construction of International Airport Gusau. Within a couple of weeks, the dream of having an airport in Zamfara will come to reality, inshallah. If you look at the entire country, the 36 states of Nigeria, is only Zamfara that does not have an airport. Promises were made by the previous administration. In fact, we were promised that as of then, 3 years ago, our pilgrims will start flying from Gusau Airport. From January to March 2024, revenue generation has increased by over 100% within the quarter, reaching 2.16 billion compared to what was obtained in the past. And I'm happy the chairperson of revenue generation, she's here, Haji Arakia. And I'm sure she will not forget the session we had with her, was it last week? She was at the council meeting until about 3 a.m. We had to grill her. And her director, that I can see some of them seated on the 5th row, that I've given them end of June. And that is what I'm going to merge with them. And if they don't perform, they know. So we're on it. It's unfortunate. When we took over, in fact, I feel ashamed when I'm in the mix of my colleagues' governors. When everybody is calling, oh, my IGR is 35 billion, I want to jack it up to 100 billion. This one will say, oh, I'm making 200 billion, I want to jack it up to 300 billion. I was just looking at them. I said, lucky them. In Zamfara State, when we took over, our IGR was less than 100 million. And guess what? The component of that 100 million, 90% was payee. That is, pay as you earn, which is very easy, the lazy man way of doing things. You don't need to make any efforts. You will get it done. Hold us accountable. Every kobo you pay, you will see it on the ground. We are not interested in kobo of your money. We are not. But you will see it. And call us anytime, challenge us anytime. Mr. Governor, what have you done with our money? Whether FAC allocation, whether internally generated revenue, we will account for every kobo that we spend and for every kobo that we earn. That is the way forward, inshallah. Be proud of who you are. Go out there, compete effectively, represent Zamfara. Let's change all the negative coronations. Whenever they see Zamfara, they see him as Takwalibe Sankomiba. Where we work in the past, whenever I mention I'm from Zamfara, they say, no, he cannot be. They are doing that to make me feel high, not knowing they are depressing me. And that is the true position, and that is reality. So please, Zamfara, wake up. Wake up, wake up. You can compete with anybody, anywhere. And that is why we are bringing these reforms. Thank you. Our investment in the economic sector will, inshallah, gradually continue to attract investors, donor agencies, as well as grants, thereby promoting sustainable economic growth and development. Gentlemen, Some people will be saying, oh, the governor traveled. The governor is nowhere. No matter how hard we try to bring investors, with the negative information you're passing out there, because you're not helping yourself. Think twice. It's not everything that is politics. Let's come back to reality. Let's be real. Think of the negative consequences of certain information you're passing out there. While we are making conscious effort to tackle insecurity, our own people are busy sabotaging the effort. You are not doing that to anybody but to yourself. Because no matter where you go, you'll still come back, and wherever you go, you'll still be tagged as Zamfara. So all these investors that we're trying to, when we don't behave, when we don't be our ambassadors, when we don't send the right messages, nobody will come to you. You cannot imagine an investor that will travel from Lagos or Abuja to spend 6 hours on the road with all the negative coronation and insecurity to come and put his money in Zamfara. It's not possible. That is why we have to go out. We have to go out and look for ways to build a better Zamfara. There's nothing comfortable in traveling. I'd rather stay in my house in Abuja comfortably, not bothered by anything. But if I do that, Allah will ask me as a leader. On the part of public service, our restructuring exercise aimed at reducing waste as well as improving efficiency has yielded significant results. We have reduced the number of ministries from 27 to 16. Number of boards from 17 to 13, and commissioners from about 48 to 16. When I assumed office, we inherited a backlog of pension and gratuity arrears for both the state and local government council, amounting to over 13.6 billion. Since 2012, nobody was paid pension or gratuity. And meanwhile, this money was taken away by someone. And that person can now sleep comfortably in his house, forgetting 2012. Somebody's halal. You've taken the money, you squander the money, and you think your wives, Allah will judge them. Wallahi kuma Allah isa. To date, we have settled over 5 billion of this liability and will continue to offset the backlog until when everybody is paid, inshallah. Additionally, we are committed to paying pension and gratuities for retirees as at when due. When we approve the gratuity and pension for this month of May, I saw somebody's name, at least he's going to get somewhere around 15 million, which he never imagined. So you can imagine there are multiple of those people, and inshallah, we will settle all the liabilities. As we conclude this momentous occasion of our one-year anniversary, I would like to express my gratitude to Almighty Allah for guiding us through this journey. If we ponder and reflect on the state of Zamfara over the past 28 years, it is evident that we have faced numerous challenges that have hindered our progress. However, in the past 12 months, we have taken decisive steps to address these issues and set the state on a new path of development and prosperity. From overhauling critical sectors such as security, education, healthcare, and agriculture, to implementing urban renewal projects and significantly improving our internally generated revenue, our administration has demonstrated an unwavering commitment to transforming Zamfara state that can compete with any other state in Nigeria, inshallah. I'm proud of the modest achievement we have recorded within this short period. Our efforts in enhancing security, revitalizing education, improving healthcare services, boosting agricultural production, and driving economic growth have begun to yield positive results. We have laid a solid foundation for sustainable development and will continue to build on this achievement to realize the dream of our founding fathers. I wish to use this opportunity to solicit prayers as well as understanding from the good people of Zamfara State, as always, for peace, progress, and Allah's guidance as we continue with the arduous task of building a new Zamfara State and restoring harmonious coexistence among our people. I urge all stakeholders to lend their support in the struggle to emancipate our dear state. Jama'a assalamu alaikum.
Sun kira ruwa yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu. Sun kira ruwa yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu. Ruwa 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 na ta dukansu. Sun kira ruwa yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu. Ruwa 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 na ta dukansu. Sun kira ruwa yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu. Dauda lawan dare. Sun kira ruwa. Ina dauda lawan dare. Sun kira ruwa. Dauda ya tsorata su. Sun kira ruwa. Dauda ya wargaza su. Sun kira ruwa. Zuwanka ya firgita su. Sun kira ruwa. Nasaranka ya girgiza su. Sun kira ruwa. Tunda sun kira ruwa yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu. Sun kira ruwa yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu. Baba sun kira ruwa yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu. Mama sun kira ruwa yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu. Kuce musu sun kira ruwa yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu. Kuce musu sun kira ruwa yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu. Sarki da rawani yake sarki sun kira ruwa. Babu rawani sojin gona sun kira ruwa. Abinda daɗi jama'a kun ji sun kira ruwa. Mahaukaci ya taula kashi sun kira ruwa. Kuwar rawa tarakin tashi sun kira ruwa. Abin rabo da kudur ya kamatar ruwa sun kira ruwa. Tunda sun kira ruwa yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu. Sun kira ruwa yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu. Baba sun kira ruwa yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu. Mama sun kira ruwa yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu. Kuce musu sun kira ruwa yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu. Kuce musu sun kira ruwa yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu. Hakorin dariya shike cizo sun kira ruwa. Su sun kibu Allah ya so mu sun kira ruwa. Aikin banza kiba ga kunne sun kira ruwa. Godiya ga Zamfarawa sun kira ruwa. yi kira baba, sun kira ruwa, talakawa na ta hamdulillah, sun kira ruwa, wasu sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, baba sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, mama sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, ce musu sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, ce musu sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu. ina Her Excellency Hajiya Wuriya Dauda, wai ina Her Excellency Hajiya Wuriya Dauda, ki mato Her Excellency Hajiya Wuriya Dauda, Her Excellency Hajiya Wuriya Dauda, man Al'amin da Zara Hajiya Wuriya Dauda, man Umar da Khadija Hajiya Wuriya Dauda ba, maman Aisha Hajiya Wuriya Dauda, wasu sun kira ruwa, Yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, mama sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, mama sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, ce musu sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, ce musu sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu. kanale mama bire, Dauda ya dada baki, kanale mama bire, Dauda ya dada baki, Dauda lawan dare febe, Dauda ya dada baki, Dauda lawan dare febe, Dauda ya dada baki, Gomala Zamfara febe, Dauda ya dada baki, Dauda Gomala Zamfara febe, Dauda ya dada baki, Ebaji ya wuri ya febe, Dauda ya dada baki, Ebaji ya wuri ya febe, Dauda ya dada baki, Femi ewa mu jojo, Dauda ya dada baki, Femi ewa mu jojo, Dauda ya dada baki, kai gaban ku sau zaratini, Dauda ya dada baki, Kurotoko zaratini, Dauda ya dada baki, ina Aliyu Bungudu, Dauda ya dada baki, wai ina Aliyu Bungudu, Dauda ya dada baki, kai nawa Abdullanka, Dauda ya dada baki, nawa Abdullanka, Dauda ya dada baki, wasu sun kira ruwa, Yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, baba sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, mama sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, ce musu sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, ce musu sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, mun ji mun gani, ashe Dauda ya bakar musu, sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, mun ji mun gani, tabbas Dauda ya bakar musu, sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, mun ji mun gani, tabbas mulki aina Allah ne, sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, Allah shi ta ya karko Dauda gwamnan mu, sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, kai mulki lafiya kaji gwamnan mu, sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, ka gama lafiya kaji gwamnan mu, sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, sanato yi kira baba ba da manta ka, sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, Allah ya maku jagora, sanato yi kira baba, sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, wasu sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, baba sun kira ruwa, yanzu ruwa na ta dukansu, mama sun